a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break, and on behalf of the entire 93.7 The Ticket team, we are excited to announce this fall we are teaming up with Husker Extra for the Big Red Brunch. We'll have big names from now and the past from Husker sports, and that all starts on Wednesday, August 9th for the Big Red Brunch Golf Scramble at Tiburon Golf Club in Gretna. Sign up to play today at omaha.com and find the Big Red Brunch tab. You won't want to miss this on August 9th at Tiburon in Gretna.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
We cannot hear you, Vershawn. We'll work on that in a second, see if we can figure it out from one side of the other. But it is the first day of fall camp here. We'll have Vershawn keep talking, see if we can get him going as he tweaks things there. But huge day for Husker football. Of course, it's not the first day of the Matt Rule era. We've already been through spring practice, but every one of these little steps for the first time that Matt Rule takes another step toward his debut as the Nebraska coach on the sidelines will be exciting. And today's another one of those first days of fall camp. Remember, the players, of course, had fan day this weekend. They went to the dorms. They're legitimately camping out, a bit of a throwback to what it once was. And so it's exciting. It's exciting to see what happens today, and just a little bit of warning or forewarning and excitement of what happens here in the next half an hour or hour or so. Matt Rule should address the media with a few players, and we will be able to see kind of the latest news. There's a lot of rumblings, I suppose, going around Nebraska football now, just because of what we did see or didn't see at Fan Day. But we'll kind of get caught up on that, so that'll be exciting. I think 3 players as well are set to speak, so we'll learn a little bit more there. As I like that mic you got there. Vershawn's getting his red mic ready, so we should be able to get in with him. I know Terrell still can't hear. We'll see if we can turn this on. Keep tinkering with it. Terrell is moving today, so I don't think we will hear from the black shirt. He's a little bit busy, but he should be back later on this week. I think maybe we've got some sound from you, Vershawn. Maybe we could try it now. No, I thought I heard something, but still not there. Of course, it was also a busy weekend, Husker football weekend. The kind of the news dump on Friday, as tight ends coach Bob Wagner was resigned, I suppose, after a DUI citation. Nebraska's replaced him with Josh Martin. Kind of getting you caught up to what we got there. I believe now we do certainly have sound.
You got me.
There we go. We got you.
Good. You just had.
Yeah, I recognize that number.
Well, it's the national championship, 1994. What year were you born, Bob?
1990.
This hat, you was 4 years old when this hat came about.
That's good. You keep a white hat clean all that time. That's
no, it's filthy.
Oh, it's
yellow. Look at that. It's filthy.
Oh yeah.
It's filthy. Look at this. It is absolutely filthy. But you know why I put this hat on today, Bob?
Why is that?
Because they're gonna have to go back to their inner old school. Old school Nebraska, old school mentality, old school rules. They need to be so ramped up today for camp because it's the start of something great. And how they approach it today, right? And the fact I love the fact that they're going to be locked up dorm style.
Yeah, I love it too.
I love that. Nobody's going anywhere. We want complete buy-in from all walks of. If you're a part of this staff, complete buy-in. Period. And so I figured I'd throw that on. Quite naturally, when 1994, I was still on scout team. Right? So
yeah.
I wasn't even playing at this point. But I think when you understand kind of where you've been, you can kind of understand where you're going if you got a plan. And I think that Coach Rule and the staff have a plan of attack that people might not see coming. We might just surprise some folks. Like if Minnesota's not careful, we will jump on Minnesota early and often. I mean, I'm just telling you. I in my heart of hearts, I really feel like we don't get enough credit, right, for how do I put this? Being a lackluster team, being a great lackluster team. Like, okay, Bach, if you looked at last year, what would be some of the things that we needed to fix that could have won us 3 or 4 more games?
Well, again, it kind of continued the plague of the Scott Frost era of winning these close games. So, kind of the small details. Of course, you had the wave of last season of kind of when the offense was good and then the defense was good, but each of them were struggling. But yeah, I think that the detail that Coach Rule is trying to input into the program can put you over the hump because, like you were saying, Minnesota, we saw Minnesota last year. Nebraska, I think, held them to 30 yards in the first half or something and still lost that game. These games Nebraska's been losing, especially in the Big Ten West in division, it hasn't been that they're just not on the same talent or level playing field there. It's, this division is filled with detail-oriented teams that play at their pace and try to grind you down. And Nebraska would the blueprint to beat Nebraska was out. Wait for Nebraska to get in their way, and Nebraska got in their way quite a bit. I think it got better once Mickey Joseph took over, so you could kind of see a little bit of a difference from majority of the Frost era. But that's what's been plaguing Nebraska.
Yeah, I think you can see a lot of bit of difference though with Mickey Joseph. And my point is, you don't take a team that's garbage. I mean, the first 3 games we were garbage, right? And then you take them the last 8 games, and all of a sudden we look like a football team during the season, and that's a bad team. No, it was bad coaching. Let's just call it what it was. Had nothing to do with the team. They still got the guys. They still was getting the stars and these guys that were rated, but they played them out of position. They not only played them out of position, but we put them in bad positions. We didn't put them in positions to win. We didn't attack that defense hadn't attacked like they did last under Bill Bush the entire 4 years that Scott Frost was here. So are you really trying to make an effort to, be successful if you're not putting the right guys in the right positions to win? Period. You can't tell me this same kid that's over at, I hate even saying his name now because even though I love him, I got to learn to not like him because he might just come in here and destroy us with his special teams play was, what's his name? Linebacker, Hausman.
Ernest Hausman, yeah.
So from what I'm hearing from the starting running back of Michigan, Ernest Hausman is 2 times the size he was when he walked in. That's a monster. And so when you lose guys who have the potential to be game breakers, it's not good for your program. You got to get back to the basics, get back to the things blocking and tackling. If you ask me what was one thing that we could have done differently, listen, we could line up differently. We could play with more passion. We could block and tackle like we know how to do it. And coaches could coach the game like they know how to coach, like they're getting paid to coach. But some of the calls that we saw in these previous years are just horrendous. So now I think we get a chance to clean up. We got a coach that cares. We got a coach that wants to be here. We got a coach that the first radio interview that Coach Rule did, guess which one, Bob?
At Big Ten Media Days?
Yeah.
Was it the ticket?
93.7 the ticket.
There you go.
First one out the gates. So, I look at that and I say, man, he hitting it right on. I mean, Scott didn't even come over. He didn't even look at us. And we got no players. We got Trev Alberts. That's all we got. Well, this year, it's so funny. Not only did we get Trev, we got all 3 of the players, and we got Matt Rule. Come on, man. That's different. That's different. And when I start seeing differences positively in my mind, I say, oh my goodness, here we come. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to be some bumps in the road, but I think we'll see something closer to Nebraska football of old. Us old timers that's been around here for a long time watching Nebraska football, and we know what it looks like. Even if we lose, we know what Nebraska football looks like. And we want to see that. We want to see 11 guys flying to the ball. We saw that a little bit last year at the end of the season. We saw it against Iowa. 11 guys flying around with like their hair was on fire trying to get to the ball. That's what it takes to win. And I don't, you let me know, Bach, if you don't. I think we got to touch on this Wagner deal because I think that could be a distraction.
Could be.
Well, you got to think, man, for a second here. Now, I think Nebraska football is bigger than any one coach, but the tight end room was a room that we all felt was a pretty big room, a decent room, right? Mm-hmm. One of the better rooms as far as numbers goes. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't know who the starter is, but as far as the numbers go, hey, did we get the extra year? Did Gilbert get it?
We still have not heard. I'm assuming that'll be another question that we hear about today from Matt Rule. Hopefully somebody asks, because the later it goes, the more you get worried, obviously. But hopefully we'll get it.
Yeah, but I don't think if he didn't get it by now, I don't know if he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Camp started.
Yeah, camp legitimately started. So
yeah, camp started. So I don't necessarily he's going to get that. I think that would be a major blow to that tight end's room if you don't get him. I think I would hope to see Coach Brown over there helping with the tight ends as well, since he is an analyst out there. I think Coach Brown brings years of tight ends to the table, from Johnny Mitchell to you name it. Some of the better tight ends have been coached by Coach Brown. So I think, putting him in that room would help just kind of solidify that room a little bit better. But, I feel bad for Coach Wagner. I feel bad for the program right now because it's a distraction, man. It's a distraction. And we don't want to take anything away from the young men that are getting ready to lay their lives down on the line to play in that Husker uniform. So I think the fact that he resigned swiftly, I think that was cool. But you got to rally around those boys now. They lost their leader. I'm talking tight ends now. Regardless of how you look at it, Bob Wagner was there. Those tight ends respected him as the coach. And I think that hopefully the interim coach that's coming in, that was the analyst in the beginning, hopefully he can handle the responsibilities, because to me, the tight end position is the linchpin in the offense. It's one of the most dynamic positions besides the running back and of course the quarterback. To me, the tight end is the dynamic. Not even, and I ain't even gonna throw the running back in there or the quarterback, because the quarterback never throws a block. Ever. Our quarterbacks did, but normally quarterbacks don't throw blocks. So tight ends not only block and set the edge, but they also are big in the pass game by being able to split the field, get in the middle of the field and get big and make those safeties make a decision. I don't think it's gonna affect us as it would if it was the head coach, but I think that room would be a little bit affected. Hopefully, they can use this as fuel to the fire to get better.
Yeah, and it would have been hard. I don't know how much pressure was put on Bob Wager to resign. Of course, he did. They did. I think Nebraska's media did a pretty good job. Media team of kind of news dumping it on a Friday evening, so none of us could talk about it. We all kind of went over the weekend, and it gives you a chance to kind of look at Josh Martin, who is replacing him, already from in-house, has had experience coaching the tight ends at SMU, has further coaching experience at Arizona State. This last year was in Texas high school situation as well. So there's kind of a connection there. So, I mean, I don't think you feel too bad about it. Like you said, Ron Brown always been around the program, whether that be, running backs or tight ends. I mean, he's coached so many different positions and helped so many different spots for Nebraska, but that's another person you can lean on. And the other thing is there are a few players that followed Coach Wager here to Nebraska, but this is not, I guess that's somewhat the benefit of having the new staff, is that they haven't really had a deep dive or enough time to bond these incredible relationships that, something like this would be as much of a distraction or maybe as harmful as 2 or 3 years down the line. Now, the opposite of that is too, as we know, for years and years, I mean, what do we always talk about with Tom Osborne and his assistant coaches, is the continuity helped. And we haven't, I mean, how many defensive coordinators has the defense had? Like 3 in the past year. You've had 5 offensive coordinators in 6 years. I mean, it's just a revolving door of assistant coaches as the head coaches are struggling and making new hires to try to make the adjustments. So it is a little bit frustrating, but again, because it happened before anything really started, then I mean, I don't think it will be the biggest hit for Nebraska. Again, though, the tight end room has been interesting. I know there was a lot of backlash, or I suppose just kind of reporting this week that maybe things hadn't started the best for Wager at coaching. He's stepping up a level. This was a big opportunity for him, but you do. I don't know if it was a big part of recruiting. Reports say not so much on Carter Nelson, but I mean that tight end room is blooming, not just now but in the future. So I'll be interested. I mean, for Josh Martin, is this a tryout? Is he going to be the guy, next year? Is this, what they had to do real quick to get a thing going?
This is his. It's a free agent workout, right? When I played for Kansas City, I got cut from Seattle, came back, worked out. I was playing for the Barnstormers, and I got that phone call from Kansas City. Hey, we like you, but we don't like you enough to sign you. So what we want to do is have you come in to OTAs with 3-day minicamp. And you're just going to act like you're a Kansas City Chief. You're going to sign a waiver. And if we like you, we'll sign you. If we don't, goodbye. And so, after day one, Coach Gunther comes up to me and says, you definitely look good, and I think you belong here, and we're gonna sign you. Based on what I did on the football field. So and let me just say this: I balled out those 3 days. And I already knew I was getting signed, right? The last play of camp for you young football players, the last day, and when you talk about focus, the last day of camp, and I probably caught 100 balls during this mini camp. The last day of camp, easy ball. Oh, drop it. And we get into the little circle after practice. Coach calls it up, and he says, "Jackson, what does NFL mean?" And Ron James, fullback from Missouri, I'll never forget this, because Ron James, Blackwell had got drafted there. I thought they were going to take me, but they took Blackwell, which was another fullback from Missouri. But Ron James says, "Not for long." And so Gunther Cunningham was not for long. That was the first time I knew NFL stand not for long. He was like, "Yeah, you drop balls like that, you won't have a job around here." You know what I'm saying? And so I end up making the team. Ron James got his butt cut for butting in my conversation. But
Did he?
Heck yeah, he got cut. He didn't get cut for butting in. He just wasn't good. He wasn't the top 3 fullback. Yeah. I'm sorry. But that was a life lesson, because sometimes we could be focused throughout the whole game. And you know how we lost all these 1-score games? One play, 1 inch, 1 turnover, 1 interception, 1 missed tackle. I was talking to Braylon Edwards. We had a chance to interview him at Big Ten Media Days. Probably the best back in the NCAA right now.
Braylon Allen,
arguably, right?
Wisconsin. Yep.
And not only did he say that Wisconsin's running backs have made a living off of Nebraska going first round, but we were talking about the game a couple years ago when he came, and we had him bottled up. You remember that? We had him bottled up into the 4th quarter. And in the 4th quarter, because I think we missed 5 tackles on that touchdown run he had. 5. Football's a game of inches. You can't afford those types of mistakes. So why am I telling you this? The last play of the last day of these OTAs, I took my eyes off the prize. I had a lapse in being disciplined in my football. And I took my eyes off the ball and I dropped it. And after we broke up, because you get called out in front of the team, you got to think who was on that football team. Derek Thomas. We ain't talking about no slouches. Donnie Edwards. You keep going. I mean, I can name so many stars on that football team. Warren Moon was on that football team. Elvis Gerbach. I mean, it was Todd Collins was on that team. I can keep Will Shields was on that football team.
Tony Gonzalez
was on that football team. Lockett was on that football team. Tamarick Vanover was on that football team. Bam Morris was on that football team. You see, there was a lot of guys that were stars in the league that played on this football team that, Joe Horn played on this team. Fred McAfee played. Chester McLaughlin, the late great, played on this football team. There's so many guys that played on the team. So you could, as a young player, my second year in the league, you could take that and that could destroy your psyche. But I had Andre Rison came up to me and he says, "Let me talk to you, young buck." I'm like, "Yep." He was like, "Man, when you drop balls, what you dropping?" And I'm like, "No." And he like, "Yeah, you dropping mortgages. You dropping bins. You dropping." He started just naming material things that you can buy with the money. That when you look at it like that, right? You focus in. If they said to us, Bach, if we can go 2 hours of flawless radio, and at the end of it, they're gonna give us a $500 check. If it's flawless, if we don't miss out, if we don't miss a live read, if we don't miss, some of the things that you might miss because you start talking, don't you think we'd be way more on point?
I think so.
If they said they're going to give us $500 at the end of the month if we put a suit on, would you wear a suit?
Yeah, sure.
See, it's tough falling down behind me. It's about motivation, right? Right. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this season. I am ready for some football. Bach, I'm gonna take some time off before the season starts. So I ain't gonna pull a Bach and be gone a month though.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just a week or 2 or 10 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Recharge the battery. Yeah, we've been going hard, man.
Yeah.
7-8 months straight of going just hard in the paint. And so it's time to kind of unplug and recharge because I'm going to all the away games. It's going down.
I heard right now you're going to Wisconsin.
I'm going to Minnesota, Colorado. I ain't missing no games. It's going down. Captain style. We're power.
Bye.
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Bauer, I said.
Brant.
Excavating. It's the Captain Show. I'm with Bach. Fastest 2 hours of radio. Flying by. Listen, Bud Crawford, undisputed champion of the world, put down a beat down, skinned the shark from the head to the tail. We'll be right back.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V
is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now with the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbon, prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today. Located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Husker fans, register your kids for the Nebraska Kids Club today. Don't miss your chance to get free tickets, exclusive events, and concessions vouchers for this Husker season. For only $35, your kids can get all of that and more. For more information, visit huskers.com/kidsclub. Do you have a newborn or know someone who does? Their infant membership is the perfect gift for your newest Husker fan. They even have a free membership option. Visit huskers.com/kidsclub today. The Nebraska Kids Club, presented by Hy-Vee.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. 93.7 The Ticket is the captain. In the building with the Boxster back after a long hiatus. Bach, don't ever leave us for a month.
Okay.
Don't ever do
I had to go
that.
to the Philippines. I can't spend a weekend in the Philippines. It costs too much to get there.
He was gone for a month.
Yeah, that's true. It was like 5 out of 6 weeks.
Now, the garbologist said, I got to go to the text line for a quick minute before I get into Bud Crawford. But the text line, the garbologist says this. Did you hear what Sip said about coaching the tight end? He said, with all due respect, the tight end coaches across the country, 2 tight end coaches across the country, but tight end isn't the hardest position to coach. Come on, Sip. Why you want to say stuff like that, Sip? The tight end is the most complex position to coach because he has to be an offensive lineman, an extension of that. The tight end is on the move, meaning you might line up over here. You're going to have to shift over there. You might back up as H-back. Oh, my goodness. The tight end has to go out in routes. I mean, as a tight end, you've got to know just about everything going on in the offense. A receiver don't have to know blocking schemes. Running back has no idea. And the great running backs know blocking schemes. They know where the blocks are coming from. But most running backs just run. They run to points, and then they run to daylight. Quarterbacks probably has to be about the smartest on the offensive side of the ball because they've got the entire collection of the playbook in their minds. Receivers only have to do receiver things. So, and you can't even begin to say that a defender, it has a workload as if that is super hard to coach. But tight ends, besides the quarterback, I think, this is me, I could be biased because I was thrown into a life of being a tight end. Okay, I could be biased, but I'm a coach as well. And I know if I got one nice tight end, I know I'm dangerous because I'm going to own the middle of the field with my tight end. I'm going to delay flat like we used to do. We're going to show you 43 dive, and my quarterback's going to show the ball, and then he's going to boot around. I'm going to delay flat here. I'm going to have a tight end running either running a drag. My front side receiver's going to run a post. If I got a backside receiver, guess what he's going to – no, we don't even have a backside receiver. No, we're in the A set. So you got a backside. I want him running the 18-yard dig. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, all the way in through my progression. And the first thing you do when you're running a bootleg or you're running a rollout, your first mindset, especially if you're a running quarterback, is to what, Bot?
I'm not sure.
Run.
Run, okay.
If that's what made Tommy Frazier and all those running backs that played for Coach Osborne, I think that's what made them dangerous. Is because even though it was a pass play, the number one rule was if you got daylight, there's no reason to put the ball. Too many things can happen. When you throw the ball, give me the three things that can happen.
Completion, an interception, or an incomplete pass.
So when you run the ball, what can happen?
There's a lot of things that can happen there. You could fumble, but you also, I mean, the ball's in your hand. There's less of a risk.
Less likely you're gonna, if you're a fumble, you're probably not the starting running back at any of these Division I, Power 5 schools if you're a fumbler. But I think if I would rather I'd rather have my guy with the ball in his hand with open space, he can get 5 yards and get down. If they gave us that and let us do that all the way down the field, I would do it all the way down the field, the same play until they stopped it. See, I hope Coach Rule's that guy. Coach Osborne's that guy. He put his plays together. But trust me, if 43 Dive just ripped off a 25-yard, 40-yard run on you, guess what we coming back to? 43 Dive. It just makes common sense. We got to stop thinking that football is this elaborate game because we are so inundated with playing the PlayStation. I'm talking grown men. I'm talking from little boys all the way up to grown men, 60-year-old, 60 still playing the PlayStation. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm simply saying you can't play football in real life the same way you play football on PlayStation. But some of these coaches have got a PlayStation mentality where they feel like, oh, I can do an onside kick and I'm up 11. I mean, there was a glitch. You played the game, right, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the glitch? I don't know around what year, but there was a glitch on the game where if you did an onside kick, you could always get it.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I don't remember that specifically, but it doesn't sound too far outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying,
or glitch.
But they fixed it. You know what I mean? But the guys that knew about the glitch, they would do it all the time. And I always think to myself, you would never do that in a football game. You would never you get up 14 or 7 and then turn right back around and do an onside kick. But that's how dumb that when we called that play that onside kick, it didn't. That probably was the worst call in 20 years in Nebraska. Give me another one. What's the worst call in 20 years in Nebraska football?
That's a good question. I think I would start with that one.
Come on, text line's open. 402-464-5685. Give it to us. What's the worst call do you feel like in Nebraska history? One call. Whether that's to go for it on fourth down. Some people may throw Coach Osborne going for it on fourth down in there. I don't think you can, but because I guess he wanted to win it. You know what I mean? Hey, did you know that in 1970 we won the national championship?
Mm-hmm.
What was our record?
Was it 12? I don't remember. One tie, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that tie. Anyway, that was just a brain fart. I just had to go back to that because we were talking about, when you start talking about great teams, you know what I mean, and how great these teams are. Anyway, let me just see this real quick because I want to go to the text line. This is good, but I don't think that the tight ends are the hardest position to coach. I think that they are close to the hardest position to coach. I think quarterback is the hardest position to coach to me, if you ask me in football. And I think you offensive line will be right up there. But I really and truly think tight ends is a tough spot to be in. 405-1000. Hey, Bill Bush defended the onside kick last night on Tom's show. I don't care what Bill Bush defended. That's Bill Bush.
The onside kick was open, like schematically. That doesn't mean it's a great call when you're up 11.
Yeah, it was still a bad call.
Right.
It's a bad call up 11. I don't care who it is. It don't matter.
The risk reward there didn't make sense.
Right. If it was there and you were down or you was on the comeback trail, you needed a big play, okay. But I just think, and that's again, our opinions are our opinions. If it's there or not, I don't think that you make that call up 11, because if you don't get it, now you just gave a team that you're kicking in the teeth. We were kicking them in the teeth. You just gave them a short field. You gave them a short field. And now what did you do? If you looked at that game, go back and watch it. Right after that dumb call, the momentum changed. It switched. And now all of a sudden, we're playing football from our heels.
Yeah. That's what it really was. Is it absolute Nebraska had all the momentum in the world in that game, just scored twice to get that lead and just gave it right back and just blew it up.
And so that's coaches. That's coaches. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. Okay. Like I love Coach Rule. Let me just say that. I've got a chance to get to know him a little bit. And I'm talking about I love him as a coach, his mindset, how he goes forward with what he wants to go forward with. The things that he says. We're interviewing him. He say, man, I'm really tired of talking. I really just want to put the action in, right? He just wants to put the action in. My dog's snoring again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
another bad call, special teams for Scott Frost. Remember that punt to Michigan State where they like told the team all to go to the one side and they punted it the other side?
That was up there.
Yeah, that was bad.
But that's what I'm saying. But who does that? There's no reason to do that. Do a regular punt.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to do tricks and schemes? Now, Coach Osborne always had a trick play or two up his sleeve, right? Whether that was on a fake punt, fake field goal, we practice it, a trick play in the offensive game. But, bruh, never have we just said we're going to kick it and all of our guys go to the left.
There's one way, no matter what.
And you guys kick it to the right. First of all, even if that was the call, you mean to tell me players are that naive and airheaded that they don't find the ball? Did not one guy look and find the ball until the guy had caught the ball. When you're on punt team, listen, the only reason why I even came close to making it in the NFL was because I was on special teams. Okay? So I made a living at Nebraska on punt team, and in the league, I was on punt team. The number one rule of punt team is secure the punt. After that, it is now get down the field as fast as you can, stay in your lanes, and break down and make the play. Find the football. So when the ball is kicked, they tell you when you're running down, your head should be on a swivel, and find the football. Now, once you find the football, your awareness and football IQ should start to like spacing now. It's spacing. Buck, if me and you are 1 yard, 2 yards away from each other, bro, we in bad spacing. On a big old wide, what is it, 45, 55 yards wide? On a wide football field, me and you 2 yards away, we're in trouble. So now I've got to feel that you're close to me, Buck, and I got to get wider. See, that's having football IQ and knowing what you're doing and being coached up. That's the only how we're going to get this thing running in the right direction is do the little things smart. And the little things is don't be up 11 and try an onside kick, even if it's there. You're not in Little League. I did that type of coaching in Little League. You know why it worked in Little League? Because little kids, their awareness is not where it should be. Okay? They're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. But a grown person that's been playing football, even if it is there, your chance and likelihood of being successful is probably 10% or less. Turn it up, Bob. Can't hear. Back in the building. We can get our hands up. If you're driving, you can't get your hands up. But if you watch us on YouTube, pump it up with us. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket. Captain Show.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family and work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Koppel's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Koppel. Also, we're ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM-certified units ready to roll, so stop on by the dealership or online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today. Located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers is most likely this morning. And we'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon and see a high of around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Rashawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Take that hat off for now. All right. Let me just go through some of these texts. We got a lot of good ones. Let's see. Robbie and Iowa says, wasn't so much a call, but in 05 against Texas Tech, we intercepted a pass in the closing minute or so in the game. All the Huskers guy had to do was to go straight down, game over. Nope, he decided to run, proceeded to then fumble. Texas Tech scored at the end to win. Still bugs me. Damn.
That was Ola Daganduro, I believe.
but see, that's a user error. That's different.
Yeah.
Right? That's the player just making a bonehead decision. That ain't coaching. That's not. It's first and goal from the 3, and you throw a pass.
Yeah.
That you didn't think that you can get it in 3 times with 3 runs, but you throw a pass and it gets intercepted. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking coaching. All right. 4156. How about look at the guy catching the punt? There was only one guy back there. Again.
Nobody near him.
Again. That's kind of double because I think the coaches should have saw that. Right? You know how many times you think Oliver Fair caught the ball? You remember I went over the punting numbers, right?
Oh yeah,
I went over the punting numbers, and it was ugly. Our special teams was ugly before Bill Bush took over. Ugly. So I think somebody else said later on they talked about Cam catching that ball, trying to catch the ball. Right?
Yeah.
Again, that's a 50-50 deal. Right? You don't know. To me, that was a Peter call. And for all you that don't know what Peter means, that means get away. I wonder why is that?
I don't know where that began, but that's football terminology. That's not, I don't know.
Right? Like, I'm really trying to figure this one out. Like, what? Peter, why do we Peter? Maybe it's maybe it's a biblical or something. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying. Okay, so hold on a minute. Big Bird says this. If I remember right, the punter was from Australia, where everything is backwards. Giltner says this. Joe Daly running out of bounds on 4th down to lose to Southern Miss by 3 in 2004.
That was very frustrating. But that was on a scramble. So again, that's a user error, I believe.
There you go, Bach. You got it. User error, Bach. We don't count user error. Bummer from Colton South Dakota says this. Why haven't I heard Coach Brown's name for the head coaching job, or have I missed it? You mean for the tight ends job? I don't know. You don't know why, but he's in there. He's in the building, and I would imagine that Simple's #1 fan. He says, Peter is because no, dude. You got to stop it. Oh, it's a Peter. Get away. Hizzlebear says.
I see what they're saying.
Yeah, right. We ain't going to say that on the radio. 3880 says this. Nick Saban did it in the championship, didn't he? So, right. Nick Saban has earned the right to do that. Scott Frost didn't earn the right to do that because you've lost a bunch of games. So the last thing you need to do, being that it's game 1, we had an 8-4 football team last year that played 4-8. But they were the same. Go ahead.
I was just saying that's what makes it all the more baffling is they did everything they could to give Scott Frost one more opportunity and basically saying, we're going to give you a new offensive coordinator. All you have to do, Scott, is get out of the way. And then, 3 quarters into a game, right, things are going well, and it jumps right back in the way. And that's when that's what makes it, the context for that call, that's what differs it a little bit from Nick Saban. Like, yeah, onside kicks are supposed to be an element of surprise or obviously desperation mode. But I think the context of just like the whole plan to fix the team last year was to get Scott Frost in a CEO role, and he couldn't help himself to get, dig himself right back in there and try to change. Like, you had the game won, but they didn't win the game because of Scott Frost. So Scott Frost had to jump in and try to make sure that they did because of Scott Frost, and ultimately lost the game and lost the job.
Well, again, a couple of texters are saying Bill Bush said it was a great call. Bill Bush, I don't know. Bill Bush may be drinking some spiked Kool-Aid in that coffee cup this morning, because I will never say that was a good call, because you coming off of 3 losing seasons, back to back to back. You're winning game 1 in Dublin. You're up. You just scored to go up 11. Do we know what quarter it was?
I think it was the middle of the third.
Come on, Bot. Well, I'm glad to have you back, Bot. Middle of the third quarter.
Yeah.
You literally 28, 30 minutes away. What is it? 12-minute quarters?
15.
15.
Yeah.
So you're literally, let's call it 25 minutes, 22 minutes away from setting your season up and having your young men that play for you feel good about themselves. And you decide to take it away from the boys. See, I like to see games that are won and lost on the football field. Not lost because we got a coach that decides to go for an onside kick and because what I don't know, up 11. If again, I'm gonna say it again. If Coach Rule call an onside kick and we're up 11, I will be shocked and appalled, but I will talk about it for 3 days on the radio straight. Listen. The little bit I do know about Coach Rule, I know he wouldn't even consider an onside kick in that situation. So I ain't even gonna go there. All right. 5265 says this. Mike Riley called a pass play on 3rd down against Illinois instead of running the clock down. Incomplete pass, and Illinois gets the ball back and wins last second.
That's right. That was
That was
one of the worst ones. Yeah, that's one of the bad ones.
There you go. Okay, that constitute what we're talking about.
Yeah.
3rd down pass instead of just running the clock out. I won't say it. Somebody else says the phone call to hire Mike Riley.
That was the worst call. Yeah, I can see that one.
Hey, that's in there too. That's in there too. Throw it the break, Bob.
You're listening to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the first day of fall camp. Let's all rejoice We are here with the three-time national champ, Rashawn Jackson. We've got Terrell Farley jumping in the comments section I see over there, and myself, Bach. We'll be back after this break.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM First, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family. Work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margarita, like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com. Visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to hnhroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Koppel's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Koppel. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified units ready to roll. So stop on by the dealership or online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences. with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me short. Look at me short. And the captain.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley,
who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Trying to catch up. Listen, fastest 2 hours in radio is already down to 56 minutes left. Me and Bach is riding, and we ain't even talked about the champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. Come on now. You got to give it up for Terrence Bud Crawford. But before we do, I'm going to get to some of these texts. Hey, Ron says, I had the same feeling, Captain. These could be the guys that start the turnaround for this program. History in the making. They need to realize how big this moment is. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Ron, let me read that one more time. I had the same feeling, Captain. These could be the guys that start the turnaround for this program. We talked to Jeff Sims, quarterback. That was one of the things off air we talked about is those guys being the guys who bring us back to where we're supposed to be. That is a honor. It's just not a privilege. It's an honor to fight for all the guys that fought for you, that all of us former players are pulling for those guys. All of us. But we know what hard work looks like. And hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. Scott Frost's team was talented, but they didn't work very hard as a staff and as a team. So I appreciate that. That was great, Ron. I appreciate that. 3880 says, I'm not saying Nick Saban's call was a good call, but it's funny how the outcome of the play determines the success of the play call. I agree with that. 1000 says, that's why you're not a coach, VJ. No, that ain't why. That's not why I'm not a coach. But anyway, I wouldn't make that call. I can tell you that. I've never called that call up 11, and knowing my team has sucked for the last 3 years, and this is the first time we can really start the season off with a bang in Dublin, Ireland. You just don't do that, period. As soon as Northwestern recovered the onside kick, I said, just put 7 points on the board for them. There was 100% chance they were going to score. Why, Bob?
The momentum. Short field. Momentum just completely swung.
I mean,
it's not the risk reward there. It doesn't make sense
at all. So then why are we there's no I don't believe anybody could justify Scott Frost doing that. Scott Frost couldn't even justify doing it. He tried,
and to be
but
fair,
it's not right.
Yeah. And I know that everybody's pointing back to Bill Bush, and of course we love having him here at the ticket, but I think there should be maybe one guy that would agree with the call is probably the special teams coordinator that helped make the call. That makes sense, at least to me. But again, it was open, but again, it's time and place, I think, with onside kicks, not whether it's open. Maybe if that's how they kept lining up, maybe later down the line it would have made more sense.
There's something that starts with an S, Bach. in football in those type of situations? You know what it is? Starts with an S.
No, I don't know.
You got it. That's it. Say it.
No, I only said
I
it
just
because-
said it. I just said it, Bob.
Scott Frost?
No, situational football.
Situational football. Yes, yes.
You got to know what the situation is. It's 3rd and 2 from your 40. What are your 3 play calls you got? Are you going to run a bootleg? You the play action is there. There's so many things that you can do. I think anytime you keep it on the ground, it's always safer if you got the hogs to do it. But even if you don't, you still got to be cognizant and mindful. So now I say something different, right? It's 3rd and 2 from our 20. Now, are you going to be a guy that's going to put the ball in the air, stop the clock? Or you say, okay, I'm going to play situational football, smart football. If we got a short pass that can get a first down, we do that. If we can run the ball, we do that. To me, run first. Pass. If you're already on 3rd and 2 and you're on your 20, that means you didn't go very far. So now let your defense play some football. Punt the doggone ball down the field. Keep the doggone clock running. See, time of possession is so important when it comes to football. Yet, when you look at our time of possession 2 years ago, it was horrible. You can tell based on stats most of the times who's going to be the people that's going to win the game, which team is going to win. Time of possession says a lot. If I got the ball, how many minutes in the game? 60. If I got it 35 to your 25, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to win. That's just football. So situational football, knowing when to do what at what times, knowing how to put plays together. We call it stacking plays. Because now if I know I've got, these are my first down plays. Here's my second down plays. Here's my third down plays. Here's my if we go to 4th and inches, what I'm going to do. You got to have that already mapped out. You can't, if a team is giving you the run, why in the world would you ever pass it? Because of your ego? Because that's a part of your offense? Set your ego down for a second. Understand that you're not coaching or playing for just yourself. You're playing for everybody that has ever loved Nebraska football and that still love it. See, when they start playing for other people, you play with more passion. But when you play for yourself, if something bad happens, your head hits the ground and you're in the dumps and you can't pull yourself out of it. But when you play for a team, your teammate may see you down. He may say, oh, man, what's name just dropped that ball. Let me go over there, man, and just give him some love. Let him know. Let that play go. Let's get on to the next play, son. But to hold on to bad plays, to have guys that are selfish guys. We need selfless players. Guys that want to be at Nebraska. Guys that want to practice hard as they can every practice. Guys that want to go run section 17. When you go to Memorial Stadium, if you're feeling froggy, get there early and run section 17 and tell me how you feel after you get to the top. Those type of guys. Guys that's willing to put it on the line. Guys that know what they're doing, that'll be in the spot that they're supposed to be in and not worried about nobody else's job. Okay? When 11 players are doing their job singularly during a play, if you can win 11 battles within the play, guess what you win, Bob?
The play.
That's what you win. And if you can win more plays than you lose, most of the times you win the game. I want to see guys pulling the ball out. Like the last 3-4 years, I don't know what has been going on, but we have always known for a team that can make people fumble. We can make them fumble. We can get after the ball. I want to see us being ball snatchers. And you know what? The easiest way to be a ball snatcher, because it's never the first guy. It's never the first guy most of the time that causes a play, a fumble. It's the guy that comes in second and third and fourth and fifth. And you can only come in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth if you are hustling and running 100 miles an hour to the ball. Brad from Baldwin says it was a desperate call by arrogant coach. Garbage just says, think that call kept him off rule staff? Who, Bill Bush? I don't think so.
No.
Ultimately, that was Scott's call. He had to. I don't think Bill Bush said. Listen. This would be a great question. Maybe I'll get in a little early so I can ask this, or I'll call in or text in to SIP show. I would want to know how that whole thing. Now, if the head coach says, "Hey, I think it's a good time for this," and he has a special team coordinator, you think we got it? And the special team coordinator looks over and says to his boss, "It's open. If you want to run it, it's open." So to Bill Bush's defense on that, I agree with him. As a coordinator, if your head coach asks you, you've been working on something, you saw that they do not defend this well, or they line up where you can get an easy ball back, I get that. If the play was there, I get it. It still has to work. So I on one end, I can get where Bill Bush being the coordinator says to his head coach is there. But the head coach ultimately, I wish my coordinator would call something like that. He would be fired. He wouldn't even make it back into the locker room. I'd fire him on the spot. If I didn't know anything about it, and you just called an onside kick and we're up 11, goodbye. You won't be coaching for me anymore. So that meant I know that didn't happen. That basically had to get the okay from Scott Frost. Period. So I don't know. I don't think it kept him off the staff. I think Coach Rule had his people. And when you are taking over, especially a historic program like this one, listen, you can't put old wineskins in the new wineskins, period. Not that Bill Bush wasn't, because Bill's only there a year. But you can't, that you got to have the people that you trust, right? How do you think he feels about Coach Wagner, right? Like, you are in the spotlight now. As a coach, as a player from Nebraska, you're in the spotlight. What you do out in the community means something. Whether you accept it or not, it means something. And those guys down there have to know it. They have to be 100 times more careful than the average person, because they are in the spotlight and in the eye of everybody. Everybody's watching Nebraska football. We don't have a pro team. Everybody's watching Nebraska football. Period. Players. So Barney says this: playing for others. I'm betting that's why Malachi is putting up the list of little kids asking for his autograph. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool that all the kids, Malachi, shout out to you, bro. That's amazing, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine all the autographs that I've given over the years if I had kept a list of all the kids that I gave an autograph to. I mean, for real.
Do you remember your fan day experiences?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I because I love the fans. I fed off of the fans. That was my family. Some guys want to come out first. Before I was a captain, I did not really care about coming out first. I could come out last, and I could be like, when I would come out of the tunnel, I would be high-fiving the fans.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm with the fans. They giving me energy. And I wasn't even playing. So you can imagine when I did play, like, I didn't never leave the field. I never went directly into the locker room, ever. I was always a guy that loved to give back to, especially the kids. They love to sign every autograph. I wasn't gonna go in. I wasn't a guy that would just go in. You know, I might walk in and still be signing autographs, but I wasn't just gonna have 20 kids and fans around me and then be like, oh, that's it. Right? I mean, the fans love us because what we sacrifice out there on the football field. And to show our appreciation, it don't take much to be able to give, high fives to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that takes much out of the tank after a football game, especially if you're walking off the football field. I do like the fact that I do like the new red, the walk-in. I like the fact that it's coming from the other side now.
Yeah.
I do. Because the former players will be on that sideline. And I think them running out, going past us, it'll get us hyped. We'll be hyped anyway. We were always hyped anyway. And we'll be able to give them some energies that they can feed off of. Because I think they got to be, I look at teams when they come out, how energized they are in pregame. If they're just kind of going through the motions in pregame, I don't expect them to win because you can't just turn it on. But if pads are popping in pregame, Bach, you take this note down, Bach. If pads are popping in pregame, look out. Fireworks are going to fly. If they're not, we might be in trouble. 9476 says, Bill Bush also spent time talking about how you don't talk badly about other coaches this morning. Well, okay. I mean, that Bill Bush a coach. I'm not. Remember? So I can say what I want.
Yeah.
Right? I don't and furthermore, coaches that coaching in college and NFL profession is a close network. It's a close group. So if you're coaching in that profession, you probably shouldn't talk about other ones. Like I would never talk about other radio personalities just because for what? What do I need to talk about them for? I'm not on the ticket to talk about other people in my profession. I'm on the ticket to talk about sports, to talk about everyday things that happen in sports. And that's what I do. And I know in sports, I don't know why we want to act as if the lowest paid coach is making $250,000, that if common folk can see that the job that they're doing ain't very smart, then why can't we talk about it? The reason that Scott got away with what he got away with is because we whispered about it. We were whispering. And I'm not talking off the field. I'm talking on the field. Period. We couldn't tackle. I didn't hear one reporter ask, it seems like the same song and dance. Can you please explain why are we continuing to miss tackles out there? Wouldn't that be a good question, Bob?
Yeah.
You missed 50 tackles during the game. Coach, you missed 50 tackles. Can you explain to me what's going on there? You threw 4 interceptions, Coach. Was it any time that you thought you should stick with the backup? Are we afraid to ask tough questions now? Or do we got to wait until something bad happens and then we want to start talking and asking bad questions? Why not ask the tough questions now? Maybe if you got a coach that's worth anything, might get it fixed. Because if we can see that we can't tackle, and I'm saying we as the fans, then I know coaches who get paid hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars to do this every day. This is their job. They see what I see. I mean, I'm just saying. So, 6008 asks, is Bill qualified for the open position? Do you think Bill was qualified for that special teams position?
He was qualified for that. I don't know if they're talking about the tight end position. That's not an open position. Josh Martin has been replaced for that. I know there was a question about
well, that's why I didn't think about that, because when you really look at it, like Bill Bush is a defensive coach. I'm not saying that Bill Bush couldn't coach tight ends. I just can't see that happening. Bill Bush ain't as creative as he is to go from special teams coordinator to defensive coordinator, and we look completely different of a team and not be qualified. I mean, that's just for a special teams position. Is he qualified for the tight end position? Absolutely not. I don't think. 31 days, 7 hours, and 38 minutes until kickoff, of course, that says. Garbadas just says. I really like Coach Bush. What he's known for is recruiting chops. Just came from a championship LSU team and coached under Urban Meyer. I would be lying if I said I don't wonder why he didn't get held over, at least as an analyst, or why some other team hasn't called. Maybe Bill Bush want to just kind of enjoy 93.7 the ticket and talk.
That's right.
You might want to get on the Sip and Jake and Bush show and ask him. That'd be a great question. It's the ticket, 93.7. Captain, I'm with.
Buck.
Terrell Farley's out today. He's moving into his new house. You lucky dog, you. And I can't wait to come over. Make sure you got a room for me over there, sir. We'll be right back. It's the Captain.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and Coppell's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Coppell. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified units ready to roll. So stop on by the dealership or online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family. Work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m., and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern, in the heart of Havelock.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space. Sunday morning. It's quiet. Not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One, 2, and 3, and 4. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go, Bob. It's on you now. You got to count though, right? After the stop. Yeah. If you're in your cars, be careful to ride with us with this.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7.
All right. Welcome back to the Captain Show. We are powered by Bauer. Thanks for the guys at Bauer just supporting us and doing what they do out there. We appreciate you guys. Big Slim. Man, listen, man, Bauer himself, man. I want to just tell him thank you. I don't know if you're listening, Bauer, but I appreciate you. You made our time up in Norfolk, and all the guys did up there, all the guys. But you know, Bauer just really embraced us, and him and his family, a great family. And so I just want to tell him, appreciate him for his generosity and what he did for the pipeline. So that's greatly appreciated. And you know, you can't, when people do things like that, it can't go. You got to talk about it. Now, let's get to Bud Crawford. Did you watch the fight first, Bob?
I did not watch it in its entirety. I was on Twitter the whole time trying to find the latest video highlight of it throughout the fight. Okay. I didn't order it. I didn't order the pay-per-view. I'm cheap.
Oh gosh, you could have went somewhere and watched the fight.
Yeah, I could have. I didn't.
Jeez Louise. All right, now. All right. Bud Crawford, this is the second time he's become the undisputed champion of the world. Is now pound for pound number one in the world as far as boxing goes. I hope we understand. I'm waiting for the parade. There has to be a parade. because I mean, for him to do it the way he did it, Bob, absolutely destroyed him. And let me tell you something. Spence was knocked out before the fight started. If you go back and watch Spence and his and how he talked before the car crash, he didn't slur. He wasn't like he wasn't doing none of that. It was his words were enunciated and clear. But if you watch the press conferences, he was slurring, and I believe that it's dangerous for him to continue to box. I really do. I don't think that I don't think he was prepared. I don't think that I think that he should retire from boxing because he was really, man, I've never seen, but I've watched Bud's whole career. And Bud is a sharpshooter. But the way he annihilated who was supposed to be the best welterweight out there, that's never been done before. And if we could take one thing from what Bud did, is he prepared for the job at hand. I mean, from every aspect of it. Because if you want to be a champion, you better do it the way Bud Crawford did it. He had a lot of trainers, nutritionists, coaches around him, and they pushed him, and they was laser focused on what they needed to do and what they wanted to accomplish. Partying, doing things that, drinking, I don't care what it is. If that gets you off your focus during the trip up the mountain, because right now we're at the bottom of the mountain, and we're trying to make it to the top of the mountain. And there's teams that's pegged all up that mountain. First one being Minnesota. Well, if you get beat up by Minnesota, guess what? When you go to Colorado, you still at the bottom of the mountain. You ain't made no strides to go up the mountain. So it starts with having the right mindset. Nebraska's got nutritionists. They've got coaches. The coaches are the ones who have to coach up the players. They have to push them past what they think they can do. Our bodies can go above and beyond the call of duty if called to do it. And then we pushed ourselves to go back to those mystery days of the 90s. We pushed ourselves so hard in practice that we made the games look easy, just like Bud made it look easy. Bob, would you say he made it look easy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks like a mismatch.
He knocked the guy around there's guys that Bud spars with that I know, Bernie the Boxer and the rest of them, that don't get knocked around like that. He got knocked around in the second round. And he was saved by the bell. If it had any more time in that round, he was cooked. He was cooked. I am working on getting Bomac, his trainer, on the show. I love Bomac. I used to, when we talk about working at Clark's Cafe, Jackson Fair Deals, and all that good stuff. Well, we started off at Clark's Cafe in the dish room. And Bomac was a cook. Way back when I was young. When I would come back in the off season, I would go to the gym with Midge Minor and Bomac, and I would get I would see Terrence when he was a youngster, and Bomac would tell me way back when Terrence could have been more than 12, 13 years old. He would tell me way back then, he'd say, he's gonna be a champion. And I would get in the ring and do my thing and act like I was a boxer. My thing was just to be in shape. Stay in shape. If you stay in shape, you don't got to get in shape because you're already in shape. But if you let yourself get out of shape, it's harder to get in shape than it is to stay in shape. So I watched this kid work his butt off, go through things, get shot in the head, change his life. He's got 6 kids. that he's there for. A family man. And so I look at Bud and I'm like, you know, he doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He takes care of his body. And I watched Bud Crawford, which we already knew who he was. Well, I'm saying his fans know who Bud is. I don't think he can go up to 154 and he's going to do the exact same thing. He'll be the first boxer to be the undisputed champion, to me, in 3 different weight classes. That will probably never happen again. That's how hard that is. So the fact that he ran through Spence, I don't know who is out there that Bud can't beat. But although I'm saying great job, Bud Crawford, when I look at Bud Crawford, I got to look at what he did to get there. Not being there, not being on the show. The work he put in before the actual competition happened is who he was and why he was more superior. He was in better shape. He was faster. He was stronger. Everything, if you talk about categories of boxers, Bud was better than Spence on Saturday night. And I think in order to do that, when you equate that to football, right, we have to look at the preparation. It starts today. It starts today. And there has to be hitting going on in practice. You know, I'm going to take a week or so off. I would imagine I'll find my way to practice a couple times during this staycation that I desperately need. And if pads are not popping at practice, if I see anything for the most part similar close to what I saw in the last regime, then my eyes are going to be like, oh boy. But just watching spring practice, I didn't see any of that. I saw coaches laser focused on their groups and coaching. Period. I saw guys jogging in between stations. I saw guys being on the hop. I saw guys being excited about coming out and playing football for Nebraska again. There was a little twinkle. There was a twinkle in their eyes that, I mean, I had goosebumps interviewing those boys. But I hope that they all watched the Bud Crawford fight. And they all saw, did you see Bud's body? Bach, did you see his body?
Yeah, I mean, not close up. I just, seen the highlights.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But you watched it. I mean, my man had muscles on top of muscles and was rippled up. I mean, those are the type of football players you want to play with. Guys that take care of their bodies, because in football, like boxing, you use your body as a weapon. Period. So you want to make sure that you put your body through intense training so that when the game comes around, the 60-minute game that you may play 35 plays total, that on those 35 plays, you're able to give them Husker power, baby. And Husker power is the ability to go 150 miles an hour after you get tired. That's Husker power. That's why fans love Nebraska football, because we were blue-collar workers on the football field. And that's all we want to see is good football. And I really take my hat off to Bud. I know the city of Omaha is proud of Bud. And, man, we stand behind him, man. It wasn't never a moment that I thought Spence even had a chance in this fight. Spence is who we thought he was.
Walking down the avenue, crazy.
That's right.
The Southland streets, crazy.
Nebraska football opening day, y'all. It's going down in a major way. Hopefully, it's the start of something new, brand new. We haven't seen it before. We just want to see good football. Guys flying around, guys breaking tackles, guys making spectacular plays because they trained themselves to do it during practice. We'll be right back. It's the Captain Show on the ticket.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
What are you doing, hon? I thought we were going to pick up our Powerball with Power Play and Double Play tickets.
Hold on. I have to sit through this video meeting for work.
Do they realize how big the Powerball jackpot is?
I know, but these blowhards keep rambling on.
I don't want to miss my chance to win millions of dollars.
Well, neither do I, but how do I get these windbags to speed it up?
Dave, you're not on mute.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Play Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers from likely this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Power on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. It's the Captain Show. I'm rolling with Bob. Fastest 2 hours in radio. Got a little feedback. Fastest 2 hours in radio is rolling and almost over last segment. We get to some of these. Big Slim, we see you too. Clantonia John says this. Did you guys like Eminem walking out with Crawford? Bro, that was monumental. That was amazing. Because he didn't come out and rap. That's why it was so amazing to me. Because he came out and announced him. He didn't do one rap. Now the rap was playing in the background, but man, I thought that was cool. And I thought that even if he was walking him down, like halfway through, you could tell he didn't want to take his shine. He just kind of faded, like you go ahead. And I think that was cool though, to have Eminem walk him out. I think that was epic. Big Money says give Bud 10 years and Jake Paul will ask him to box when he's retired and out of shape. Ha ha ha. Jake Paul's a joke. He is. But listen, I don't believe that Bud. I think Bud is a smart businessman. He's done decent with his money. And I know when I say decent, I mean that's better than a whole slew of people. Okay, he's made millions of dollars. He's a millionaire over and over again. I mean, he probably make $20 million from that fight. It's a lot of moolah. 20 mil. If you let me ask you a question. How much you think is worth to win a national championship?
For a coach?
For Nebraska football.
Oh.
If they had a miraculous season, guys, I'm not saying we're going to do this at all. We're not. When they won the championship, how much you think of an influx of monies to the Nebraska football program would come about?
Ah, that's a good question.
You know,
in the millions for sure, but I don't know.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
No question. Hundreds of millions of dollars. So when you are a champion and you're winning, everybody wants to be a part. Recruiting becomes easy now. 5 stars want to go to your program because they want to play for a team that's winning championships. But you got to prepare it. You got to prepare. You got to prepare. You got to prepare. Now is the time. Right now. August 31st is where? It's right around the corner. Literally.
Month away. Yeah.
Right? You now is the time. You really got 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe you really got 2 to 3 weeks. I think that you can really beat the boys up a little bit and have them really bang each other and get after it. Then you have to start scaling back. Now it's all scheme and running fast and doing things, still not taking the physicality out of it, but making sure that X's and O's And disciplined football is now, you got to really push that now. The closer you get to game time, disciplined football and not making mistakes, not putting the ball on the ground, making sure the defense is getting after the ball like they will in the game. Because if they don't do it in practice, I'm telling you, they're not going to do it in the game. If they're not getting after those running backs, because I can guarantee you this, Minnesota's going to get after the ball. Colorado's going to get after the ball. You don't think Deion wants them boys to be ball hawks? And we're sadly mistaken if you think Colorado's going to go to TCU and lay an egg. You guys, you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking straight. If you think Colorado with 80% turnover, how many transfer portals did they get in?
Oh man, I think they kept like 10 guys total. That's about it.
Okay, 90% turnover rate.
Yeah.
So this is a completely different football team. And I can tell you right now, if you think Deion Sanders don't know what football look like, you're crazy. On every level. You're crazy. He's a little on every level. So if you don't prepare yourself and put yourself in maximum condition and put yourself in maximum intelligence, meaning knowing what you're doing every play, not jumping off sides, not having 100 yards in penalties. Do you know, Bach, it to me is really double. But do you know if you got 100 yards in penalties, usually that's worth 10 to 14 points?
I'd imagine that's a lot of penalty yards.
Yeah, well, it's definitely enough for a touchdown. It's 100 yards.
Yeah.
See, you got to start breaking the football game in down by yards. If football is a game of inches, if you get to the 45-yard line and it's 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 8, and you don't pick up the first down, and maybe it's a 4th and 2, you got to make a decision. Hopefully, we got a punter that can pin them deep. Because if you building your defense, you got to build them. I would rather play with their hair on fire, attacking, going from the opponent's 20-yard line than coming from our 40.
By the way, I did want to update too. Matt Rule has finished up his press conference, so there's a few notes to take out of that. Miles Farmer suspended in the summer. It isn't currently on the 120. When asked if he will be back on the team, Coach Rule said we'll see. So second leading tackler on the team last year. Obviously, I think 11-game starter. Longtime starter, Miles Farmer, not currently with the team. Other news of notes, Brody Tagaloa had a car accident. He is back home. He's expected to miss the season with those injuries. So stroke of bad luck there. Also, Joshua Fleeks, who transferred in from Baylor, also not currently on the 120. He was sent home to work on his body. He's showed up to camp overweight, or I shouldn't say showed up to camp, just in the summer was overweight. So kind of some interesting player notes there.
Wow. Wowzer, Bach. I mean, I think that Miles Farmer, it's tough because I've known the kid for years. To know that whatever is going on has to be valid. Why he's not a part of the team right now, and I think that those are the type of guys you want to talk to, and you try to see if you can talk them off that ledge and help them to stay accountable to the football team. Because, if you got one guy that's going against the grain and you are a head coach that understands that you got to have 120 soldiers walking to the same beat in the same drum, it ain't going to work. Because he's going to be a cancer in the locker room. He'll be a cancer on the sidelines. He'll be cancer. He'll be doing things out, that can become like cancer. So you have a discipline problem at Nebraska these last 10 years. There was a discipline problem. Guys were not disciplined enough to do the little things right. Now, could you put the coaching in there? Absolutely. But if you're not going to be disciplined and one guy's going to get away with not being part of the disciplined group, bruh, you got to cut him no matter how good he is. Because football's not about one guy. And I hope Miles, whatever is going on, that he can get it right, and because I think he can help our football team. But if you're not going to do the things that I think coach is asking you to do, well, that's a part of the deal. Somebody else will get that spot. Same thing with being overweight. If you go home for the summer and all you do is sit on the couch and play PlayStation and COD and eat bonbons and wham-whams and chill out and go out and party, and you come back and you 20 pounds overweight, what do you expect? Do you expect anything different? Everybody else is in shape. You go home, you come back, you out of shape. And because he was a graduate, I think he was a graduate transfer, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's why he was able to do it. You have to go to class.
Yeah.
But, you know, you don't know what Joshua Fleeks, what his NIL deal was. You know he had to have one, right? So, you know, if he's getting paid, you getting paid to stay in shape, son. That's your job. And now you a graduate and you come back and you 20 pounds overweight. Nah, that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. And so this is why I like Coach Rule. Right here. This is why. Because he's gonna do it his way. And if you don't do it the way that he's asking you, then I think, and I've seen through some of these guys, we got to think earlier on, Grant was suspended. So I don't think he's worried about the individual more than he's worried about the team. And that's exciting. That Coach Rule is a team guy. No one guy is over a team. And evidently, no one coach. Because that was as swift as there's ever been, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was quick work.
That was swift. There's been guys that have been caught up before and nothing's ever happened under Riley, you know, and so until like the second or third time. But I'm saying that was swift. And so the fact that coaches calling these guys to be accountable, bruh, we should all be excited about that. Seriously. You know, I hate that the players are going through it, but, you know, sometimes, man, you know, we all got to deal with tough love. And hopefully tough love will toughen you up and smarten you up to do the right things on and off the field so that you can continue on with your career and not have your career cut short because you lacked accountability and you lacked the discipline it took to be a major college football player or coach. Bob, what you got?
Well, Adam Carricker on the ticket is coming up next. Adam Carricker is out today, so it'll be myself. I believe Austin or Nick's going to jump in with me, so we will kind of break down the latest on that, some other Big Ten news and notes. It's football season. It's a good time to be alive, so we're excited to do it.
Yeah, y'all talking about the rumor too,
huh? We usually stay out of rumors, but I don't know which.
Is that a rumor that Washington, Oregon, and FSU, Clemson?
Oh yeah, those are alignment rumors. Yeah, potentially. There's new information every day on that, but none of it's too solid. But
Big Ten's trying to take over the SEC. They're trying to take over the best conference, add the best teams. Hey man, appreciate you guys riding with us. We'll see if I'm here tomorrow, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I miss it. I already just the thought of not being on, Bot, it makes me miss it. And I'm like, dang, man, I don't want to, you know what I mean? But I know I need to take care of my family. I need to take care of some personal things that I need to get ready because if I'm going to be on the road, baby, the captain is on the road every away game, giving his concepts and thought processes on the road. Holla at your boy. It's been great. Captain, brought to you by Bauer. It's the ticket, 93.7. See y'all tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM First, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They spoke to save you money. You can buy any bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.